Today I'm going to show you how to get started with the hidden line design. This is an assignment for 7th and 8th grade art. It's our first e-learning project. You'll have several checkpoints throughout the process, so you may want to stop and take a picture from time to time just to record your progress. You could also time-lapse this if you'd like, which would be really fun to re-watch later. Now on Friday I passed out a photocopy from a coloring book page and a white paper. If you weren't at school Friday, you can pick up the assignment in the main office. They have a depository near the front door, and I left one for each of you that were absent. Now, if you can't get to school, you could find a page from a coloring book you have. It's really just a design-based image, so really not a picture of something, just lines, shapes, textures, etc. You could also find something in a magazine to cut out and glue down, but it really should start off being black and white. After you decide on what you're cutting from, you're going to cut out a square no larger than the palm of your hand. Mine is probably about 3 inches square. It could be anywhere from maybe 1 to 4 inches. It does not have to be a perfect square. I simply freehand cut this out, and then I glued it on with this glue I found in my junk drawer. Maybe you don't have glue. Maybe you have tape. You could roll tape and attach it that way. That would be also fine. Next, you'll need a pencil. Now, you could use mechanical pencil or regular pencil. Probably want an eraser as well. And eventually, you'll need some black outliner pens. That could be Sharpie, Expo marker, gel pen, really whatever you have around the house. Here's a flare pen that I found. If you don't have that, you could just use really heavy pencil lines. The ultimate goal for this assignment, the main objective, is to hide the square that we've glued in. And you do that with repetition. I'm going to be picking out lines and shapes that I see in the provided square, and I'm going to repeat those so that it looks hidden. I'm going to start with pencil, and I've already done some drawing here. I'm looking in my original square and I'm picking out elements that I like. I really love this curved line. It's really a double line and zigzag with triangles because it resembles a sun to me. It's been a little gray outside lately, so this may be fun to bring a little sunshine. Eventually we'll be adding color to these. But for this week, I just want you to start by drawing. I really want to copy the style here. I notice my zigzag and triangles look a little different. So I'm going to try to get that kind of curvy look to those. They look hand-drawn, not drawn with a ruler. So I want to make them a little more imperfect. I've also picked out this leaf and completed it. I'm adding some of these circles. You can actually go in and draw directly on the square if you want to add some more elements. In fact, doing that makes it look more hidden because you have that hand-drawn look, that slight imperfection. I have space here. I need to decide what I'm doing. I really like these. They almost resemble like flower petals. So I'm repeating some of those. After you've made some repetition, it's about inventing new things. Now I've invented this type of leaf. I thought it complemented this leaf. It looks like it would be believable that we'd have maybe this leaf here, it continued, but I wanted to make a new type of leaf instead of just repeating those. I've also repeated this spiral, and then I made it resemble a heart. They're almost like viney hearts, and I put a circle in there, maybe add a few more. I've got this space to fill. You need to fill the entire 9 by 12 inch paper. And this is really an opportunity to draw something new. Maybe I want to make a character here. Maybe I want to draw something more objective. Maybe I even look back to the original page and pull something out. I notice there's this paisley design. There's this flower. This could give me an idea. I really like this as well. Now we don't want to recreate this. It's not about just matching it up and drawing exactly what you see here, but this could give you some ideas. This is kind of interesting as well. I think this gives me an idea to draw a flower. Maybe I make it like that. Maybe I make it a little different. But I have maybe this circle here, which could be another starting point. Maybe I like the idea of a circular flower. Maybe I draw a circle inside of a circle. And then I need to decide what to fill it with. Now the circles are, I don't know if they're polka dots, but the repeated circles, maybe I put those in the center of my flower. I'm going to make them similar in size and shape so that it's believable, that it's part of the big picture. Again, the ultimate goal is for the square that you pasted in to be kind of camouflage and hidden. Again, I'm kind of getting inspired by this flower here, but I'm making my own changes, my own little creative touches. If there's something you like to draw, you really have an opportunity to bring it into this. Got a lot of space to fill. Maybe you use style similarities, line thickness similarities, and it would be adding your own creative touches, but also tying it in. I usually start with thin outlines, and then I add what are called accent lines. They're just bold lines accentuating part of it. I notice in the original provided square, some of the lines are a little bit bolder, which makes for some variety, which adds visual interest. Someone asked a really great question in class Friday. They were wondering if they could use tracing paper to reproduce this. Sometimes we do use tracing paper in art to repeat something we've drawn, but I don't want you to use tracing paper for this assignment because I want it to be your own drawing. I don't want it to be just a duplicate of the provided square, but that was a really great question. And I added an accent line there to bold this. Now maybe I repeat one of these leaves. Maybe it would be interesting to have it flip the other way. So I'm going to look at that and try to repeat it. Get the similar size. Notice there are these lines. I'm going to try to make about the same number of lines as I see there, so it's believable and it looks like this is hidden. Again, I sometimes wait until the end to outline, but I'm adding some Sharpie outlines as I go. You want to take your time. And after you outline, you could do an eraser cleanup. Next week, I'll show you how to add some color to this. But for now, just work on designing through repetition. If you make a mistake with the Sharpie, just thicken it there, kind of blend it out. This probably would have a bolder line since that leaf does. Again, take pictures along the way. I really want you to capture just an image of your finished drawing before you add color next week. We can actually upload this to Artsonia and upload the color version as well.